Most.
All right. Morning, everyone. It's Government Employees Retirement System of the Personnel's regular meeting of the Board of Trustees for Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. Is hereby called to order. Have a roll call, please.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Chairman. Before the roll call, I would like to indicate for the record that I did receive a call from Trustee Dorsey this morning. And I think he was calling you as well, asking to be excused due to a personal emergency. So with your permission, I'll mark him as excused, please. Tamman Clark.
Present.
Trustee Clark present. Andre Dorsey excused. Vincent Liger.
Yeah.
Trustee Liger present. I have not received any correspondence which I would normally receive from the Director Richardson. Is she on? I don't see her, so I'll mark her as absent. Ronald E. Russell. Trustee Russell absent. Leona E. Smith. Trustee Smith present. Wayne A. Callwood present. Trustee Callwood present. Mr. Chairman, you have one present. And one excused, one absent.
Thank you, Mr. Administrator. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to amend the agenda to add one item to the executive session portion. That item would be the Development Committee recommendation.
So moved. So moved.
Clark,
Second.
second by Trustee Smith. Roll call.
So. Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Clark, yes. Trustee Dorsey absent. Trustee Liger.
Yes.
Trustee Liger, yes. Trustee Russell absent. Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Trustee Smith, yes. Trustee Callwood.
Yes.
Trustee Callwood, yes. Mr. Chairman, 4 yea, 2 absent.
Thank you. Are there any comments or suggestions from retirees? Hearing none, are there any comments and suggestions from active members? Hearing none, next item would be the secretary's minutes from the regular board meeting on December 18, 2025. Are there any edits or corrections to be made to the minutes? Hearing none, can I have a motion to accept the minutes from the December 18, 2025 meeting?
So moved.
By Trustee Clark, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Smith. Have a roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Clark, yes. Trustee Dorsey. Trustee Dorsey absent. Trustee Liger.
Yes.
Trustee Liger, yes. Trustee Russell absent. Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Trustee Smith, yes. Trustee Callwood.
Yes.
Trustee Callwood, yes. Mr. Chairman, 4 yea, 2 absent.
Thank you. Are there any communications and correspondences to be read into the record?
Mr. Chairman, I have received one.
Next item, the chairman's report on January 13, 2026. I accompanied the development committee on an exploratory diligence site visit. That concludes my report. Next up, the administrator's report. Okay.
Before I share the administrator's report this morning, I would like to take a moment to recognize the passing of an employee, active employee here at the GERS. His photograph and details of his funeral service are projected on the screen. I'm sorry, it's a sad moment for us. And we just want to recognize Terrence Somersall, the young man who was a great employee at the Havenside Mall. His funeral service is tomorrow, and many of us will be in attendance. So, if I could ask for a moment of silence. Sorry, I didn't expect to get emotional. The last time I saw, thank you. Last time I saw Terrence, it was a happenstance at the barber. First time I'd seen him there, and he got his hair cut before me. And on his departure, I said, "See you soon," not knowing that that was the last time I was going to see him. So, condolences to his family, his co-workers at Havenside. He was a member of our security team, and we'll see him on the other side. So, thank you for the indulgence. The administrator's report. Meeting presentations and appearances. December 15th, conducted a meeting regarding our GERS insurance coverage that we are in the process of conducting an audit for adequacy of coverages and any gaps that may exist. Not that we think that there are any, but it's always good to double check, as well as to do surveillance of the market to see if we can do better in terms of what we pay for our coverage. So that is an undertaking that we are presently doing. Also, that day had a velocity migration steering committee meeting. I don't even bother to put all the meetings that we engage in with regards to the velocity migration on this list. They would be 2 pages long, as we are engaged as a team extensively with multiple meetings weekly with regards to the migration, which I'm happy to is on track and coming along quite well. I think that we have great engagement and buy-in and commitment from our team, and we're really excited with the eventual rollout of the new velocity. December 18th, of course, we had our GERS Board of Trustees meeting. Being a holiday season, I was on personal leave 22nd and 26th. December 30th, we had a pre-cold freeze statement of work assessment with Vitek. I'm not even explaining in this setting what that means, but it is a significant milestone when we say we are in the cold freeze, meaning that no further program changes are going to be made to our existing software as we prepare to transition to the new software. January 7th through 9th, various velocity migration meetings to start off the year. January 13th, I accompanied the development committee and the chairman on a due diligence exploratory meeting in Miami, Florida. On January 15th to 16th, we conducted various velocity migration meetings. With regards to member services, for fiscal year 2025 thus far, we have processed 168 retirement applications. There are 120 pending, and we already have 12 for fiscal year 2026 to be processed. Contributions processing thus far For the fiscal year through December, they processed, completed 54 cases for refunds totaling some $531,671.66. And they have processed 3 death benefits claims totaling $80,770. And with the proper team in place presently, I expect the case processing and approvals to pick up. The account from the accounting departments in terms of annuity payments, as of the January 15th payroll, we have 8,781 retirees on the retiree payroll. Cumulative dollars paid out for the fiscal year thus far is $79,840,972.54. Number of retirees added to the payroll for the fiscal year thus far is 88. Number of retirees added to the payroll the January 15th payday was six. A number of retirees expected to be placed on the payroll for January 30th is 8. And the number of retirees deleted from the payroll through January 15th is 71. Our gross retiree payroll semi-monthly is 11,000,000 to 416,476. Disbursements by location of the 8,781 retirees, and then there are other payments that we made, totaling 9,568. 1,719 are outside of the territory, and 7,849 are within the territory. Our loans portfolio continues to perform well, particularly our personal loans portfolio. We have a total of $18.7 million in loans outstanding, the vast majority of which are personal loans, and it's about evenly split between the 2 districts. As far as operations is concerned, on St. Croix, the Pleasant building is where our generator there is at the end of life. A replacement generator has been sourced and will be installed upon receipt. The St. Thomas office complex, we're fine, there are no issues there. At the Haven Site Mall, we continue to have great progress. The new welcome center is about 98% complete. And sometime in the upcoming months, we'll invite the board over to see the welcome center. It's quite nice, a great addition to our campus. We will be working on having it properly staffed. We're looking at we have some ideas in terms of how we could do that and utilize some of our retiree resources as readers and culture bearers in the islands to assist us with staffing the welcome center. But stay tuned. We are in the process of painting all the buildings at Haven Site. We started with the biggest building, which is a 3-story building, number 3. And we're proceeding shortly with buildings 4 and 5, which are correspond to what we call our main street. So should be quite attractive. We're using the colors of the Virgin Islands madras.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Each building is going to be a different color. We are also well underway with the permissions necessary for the construction of our new security building, because we will be demolishing the building that is adjacent with co-located with building number 4. Yes, building number 1, correct. And building number 1. To improve the sight lines and improve the look of the the campus. To this date, I still get the numbers of the buildings mixed up.
Yes, I don't know.
In association with the visitor center, of course, we're also completing, commencing and completing the green space around the visitor center, which will correspond to a very attractive park. We have let the contract on that project, and work should be commencing in February, which is next month. Rental collections, there has been an update since this report was prepared. I'm gonna need to pull that up. We have had some updates. It's a bit better than the report, my report. So the update would show that as far as, and I think the interest really is what the arrearage is. The Department of Justice has updated arrearage of $81,741 for rent, and the electrical arrearage of $47,117. So I would say at this point that which is an improvement, frankly, for the Department of Justice, because the report that you have shows that it was 139,000 for electrical and 155,000 for rent. So that has improved. Still hasn't improved sufficiently for my taste, and we will remain on their case to ensure that we receive the arrearages that they have for us. The other culprit is the police department that owes us both for rent and electrical. The number in the report that is in my report is correct. It's at 17,870 for rent and 10,745 for electrical. So our two chief law enforcement agencies in the Virgin Islands are our biggest offenders. We have got to do something about that. Call the police. You said that. But we're working with them, and once again, in the case of justice, we've seen an improvement over what was initially reported. We also have a small, very small, for electricity from the Division of Personnel. They use it pretty well. As far as the quality unit, the reconciliation and control continue their great work. All of their postings up to date, except for a few semi-autonomous agencies that are listed here, and we continue to work very well with their fiscal offices to continue our reconciliation efforts. So with that, that concludes the administrator's report.
Sure. Are there any questions for the administrator regarding the report? Hearing none, next up is the committee reports.
Hold on, Mr. Chair. In regards to the development committee, we did meet, but we did not come to any kind of decision making feedback.
What's the name of that? 20th? All right, next up, treasurer's report.
Other trustees, this is the government employees retirement system, schedule of receipts and disbursements for the month ending December 31st, 2025. Our receipts from collections, we have loan repayment of $916,476 year to date. $1,902,174. We have our employee, retirement contribution of $10,195,222 year to date. $20,353,610. Our employee retirement contributions we have for the month of December, $5,312,622 year to date. $10,979,675. Our total collection for the month of December was $16,495,314. Year to date, $94,608,754. Our disbursements, we have annuity payments, $25,452,821 for December year to date. $71,559,340. Administrative expenses, $54,197. Year to date, $6,375,296. We have a total disbursement for the month of December of $29,162,527. Year to date, $81,364,527. We have a net cash deficit for the month of December of $12,667,214. And a year to date cash surplus of $13,244,226. For our Haven Bank Mall, we collected a total of $619,000. Year to date, $1,738,494, and we dispersed $108,759. Year to date, $1,518,684. For the month of December, we have a net cash surplus of $211,101, and a year to date net cash surplus of $219,810. That's the end of the GERS report.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Are there any questions for the CFO? I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
So
Moved by trustee Smith. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by trustee Clark. Have a roll call, please.
Yes, trustee Clark,
Yes.
trustee Clark, yes, trustee Dorsey absent, trustee Liger,
Yes.
trustee Liger, yes, trustee Russell, absent, trustee Smith,
yes.
trustee Smith, yes, trustee Colwood,
Yes.
trustee Colwood, yes, Mr. Chairman, 4 yea and 2 absent.
Thank you. Next up, the investment officer's report.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, other trustees. This is an update of the investment portfolio as of December 31st, 2025. Just to give you some highlights of the activity for the month and subsequently the end of the fiscal quarter. As we wrapped up the fourth quarter of the fiscal year, the market performance was mixed in the month of December. US stocks were slightly down as we saw some volatility as investors did some profit taking. As it pertains to international markets outperformed its US counterpart, mainly fueled by a boost in investor confidence as US monetary policy relaxed, easing overall financial conditions and lowering risks for some assets. A weakened US dollar also contributed to outperformance, in particular in emerging markets, as investors were drawn to appealing valuations compared to developed countries. For the month, total planned return 0.5% month to date. Fiscal year to date, the portfolio is up about 2%. Total domestic equity was down slightly, 0.2% month to date. The Russell 1000 index was down 0.1%, and the Russell 2000 was down slightly as well as 0.6%. Fiscal year to date, our domestic equity portfolio is up about 2.2%. Total international equity was up about 3% month to date. Both developed market and emerging markets was essentially up 3%. Fiscal year to date, international equity is up about 4.6% in the portfolio. Total domestic fixed income was down slightly, 0.1%. Our investment grade bonds was down 0.3%. Our TIPS portfolio was down 0.6%. High yield was up slightly at 0.6%. Fiscal year to date, our domestic fixed income portfolio is up about 0.8%. At the end of the month, we ended the month at approximately $505 million in the portfolio. We started the month at about $522.4 million. We had net cash flow of about $20 million. We had income of about $218,000. Unrealized appreciation in the portfolio of about $2.5 million. That brought us to the ending market value of $504.8 million, or $505 million, essentially, round up. We did have to raise some cash in the month of December. We did raise $7.5 million from our Russell 1000 index. We raised $3.5 million from our US TIPS portfolio, $3 million from our investment grade portfolio, $3 million from our Russell 2000 index portfolio, $2 million from our MSCI EFA index portfolio, and $1 million from our US high yield bonds portfolio. As it pertains to fees, we paid $16,000 calendar year to date in custodian bank fees. Fiscal year to date, we've paid about $107,000 in investment related fees. Fiscal year to date, we began with a market value of about $495.2 million. So far, net cash flow negative $400,000. We had an income of about $225,000. Unrealized appreciation fiscal year to date of about almost $10 million. And that also brought us back to the ending market value of about $505 million. As it pertains to the allocation, at the end of December, we had about $162 million in domestic equity, about $71 million in developed market equity, $24 million in emerging markets. We had about $94 million allocated to investment grade bonds. Our US TIPS portfolio stands at about $47 million. High yield bonds, $47 million. Real estate, and this includes just the Havenside property and our raw land, at about $55 million. Private equity, about $5 million, and we had about $460,000 in cash at the end of the month of December. Mr. Chairman, trustees, that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Anderson.
And I'm going to ask that Ms. Anderson leave up that page. I'd like to address it after it's reported to be accepted. The treasurer, the investment officer.
Okay. Are there any questions for the CFO regarding the investment officer's
I did that.
regarding the investment officer's report? All right. Hearing none, can I have a motion to accept the investment officer's report?
So move.
Moved by Trustee Clark, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Smith. Have a roll call, please.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Clark, yes. Trustee Dorsey, absent. Trustee Liger.
Yes.
Trustee Liger, yes. Trustee Russell. Trustee Russell, absent. Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Trustee Smith, yes. Trustee Colwood.
Yes.
Trustee Colwood, yes. Mr. Chairman, 4 to absent.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Henderson.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson, as well. Ask for this page to remain up because Mr. Anderson shared a lot of numbers, but he also shared a picture, and that's this graph that you can see, the bar graph in terms of our asset values over time. And this paints a stark picture, and I think it's the canary in the coal mine that we need to be very much aware of and conscious of on a regular basis. One can see that between 2016 and 2021, the assets of the GERS went from an excess of $700 million to a low point of below $400 million in 2021. The bump that you see in 2022, 2023 are in large measure due to the funding note, as well as to rates returns in the capital markets for those years. Sadly, that upward trend has not continued, and that has not continued in large measure because of the shortfall in funding note that we were supposed to have received in 2024 and in 2025. The evidence is in front of us. A picture tells 1,000 words and a picture does not lie. Now we can see that despite decent returns, because of the shortfalls and because of the fact that the 3 percentage point increase that we requested for employee contributions, which was not only defeated but was eliminated from the Virgin Islands Code, has once again placed the government employees retirement system and its retirees in jeopardy. We have projected a insolvency beginning in 2033, temporary, but albeit you can't tell folks that you're not going to pay them for 5 years while the dynamics of our cash flows changes and inverts between tier 1 and tier 2, and before the funding note itself inverts and we begin to get bigger payments towards the second half of the 30-year period. I say all of this to say that once again, we need for our decision makers to be aware of what is occurring. We've seen this movie before, and we don't want for that movie to be the Titanic. Okay, so we will be, whenever we have an opportunity, sounding the alarm constantly to the decision makers to let them know that while $500 million may sound like a lot, and to you and me personally it might be, it is nothing compared to the $4.5 billion unfunded liability that we have for the GERS. So I had to take this opportunity to inject some legality and in some of the happy talk that we hear sometimes with regards to where the GERS is now. No one that knows what is happening can say that in any way we are back on the solid ground. Thank you.
Much appreciated. Kind of a motion to go into executive session. This portion of the meeting will be closed to the public for matters pertaining to trade secrets or financial or commercial information. All personal or legal matters, no matter whose premature disclosure, will frustrate the implementation of the proposed agency action. Can I have a mover?
So
Moved
moved.
by Trustee Clark. I have a second, please.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Liger. Our roll call, please.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Clark, yes. Trustee Dorsey. Absent. Trustee Liger.
Yes.
Trustee Liger, yes. Trustee Russell, absent. Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Trustee Smith, yes. Trustee Colwood.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, 4 absent, but before we actually go into executive session, as we were sitting here, I got an email from the Division of Personnel. I would like to read it into the record. It's from Ms. Dennis Freeman. Good morning. Please accept this notice to advise that Director Richardson is unable to attend today's regular meeting of the Board of Trustees meeting. Unfortunately, no designated representative is able to attend on her behalf. Please note that this notification is being submitted after the start of the meeting due to my oversight, and I take full responsibility for the late submission. I sincerely apologize for any inconveniences may cause. Director Richardson respectfully requests that it says here for this for absence be noted accordingly. Kindly confirm receipt of this notification. Thank you for your understanding. So, Ms. Freeman, if you're listening, we do accept it. Well, I recommend that we accept it. And apology accepted. It's a very rare occurrence. Thank you.
To change the record.
To excuse, yes.
All right, so let's recess for 2 minutes, while we enter executive session.